Hello, my people. How you doing, Arsenal Future Rights? Are you all right? Yeah, welcome to another edition of the Arsenal Future podcast. I've got a little cough. Excuse me. I've been coughing quite a bit. That's why I've not uploaded for a couple of days. I've been coughing a lot. I think I might be coming down with the flu, but I've got some lemon and ginger and honey over there, which they provide for me. So I'm feeling a bit better, but I couldn't speak much yesterday or Thursday. It was really my foot was hurting me as well. But anyway, you've tuned into the right channel, Arsenal Future. Don't forget to spread the word. Subscribe to the channel if you can. Like the videos if you can, and also hype the videos. If the hype facilities on the video, you can hype them. Of course, it's a new feature that YouTube have brought out about maybe a couple of months now, I think. And also, leave your comments down below and share the videos as you have been doing so well so far. So thank you all very much for that. We're here to talk about Arsenal as usual, and this is our last. I think it's our last game before the international break coming up. I think it's next week, and so we've got Sunderland, the Black Cats, away from home, all the way up the north of England. So all that distance, our fans have been travelling. We hope that they go all the way up there today, and that they see a win. And as I'm talking to you now, there's about 10 minutes to go before Manchester United kick off against Spurs right out lane. So I'm going to watch that match on Sky. And yeah, I want to get this out before then if I can. Maybe this uploads after or during a match. But nonetheless, hope you enjoy yourselves out there and be safe. And as I always say, I'm not going to stop saying it. Look after yourselves and each other. And if there's any trouble in your midst, call the police. Yeah. But anyway, we're here to talk about Arsenal, the preview of the match. It's going to be a difficult match for Arsenal because Sunderland are a very good side, and even though they're a promoted side who came up from the Championship last season, they look very solid and they've made some shrewd signings. And one signing that stands out is an Arsenal ex-boy, Granit Xhaka. You know, Granit Xhaka was at Arsenal for a number of years, and for me and for many Arsenal fans, he never really played that well until the last couple of seasons, or maybe the last season and a half. I think, yeah, the last season was his best season by far, and we could have won the league that season. That was a 22-23 season. We could have easily won the league that season, but we didn't. The season before that, which would have been the 21-22 season, yeah, he was quite good, but he only came to life in the second half of that season. But before then, he was very meaty. He's very average, and even though he's quite a good player, he never did anything for Arsenal. But the last season and a half, he came to life, and as soon as he started to ball out for Arsenal, then we sold him to Leverkusen, and now he's back in the Premier League, and he's going to have a lot of say for Sunderland. If Sunderland want to pick up a point or even surprisingly win the game, then I think they've got to get Xhaka on the ball more often. But I saw the game that Sunderland played against Everton. I think it was nearly a couple of weeks ago. I think it was last week actually. Last week Monday, not a couple of weeks ago. Monday just gone, and Everton should have won the game. Everton had a lot of chances. They scored the first goal, but funny enough, it was Xhaka himself who equalised for Sunderland. And I think that if this Everton can go up there and make so many chances, we could definitely go up there and put some goals past them. And I would like to see Arsenal actually finally win a game. It's been a long time since we've won a game in the Premier League by maybe 3 goals. You know, I can't think. I know it's only in 10 games. There's not many games gone, but normally by now in usual seasons, Arsenal would have won 3 or 4 goals 2 or 3 times by now. Now we beat Leeds 5-0 at the start of the season, and we beat Forest 3-0 at the start of the season. That was games ago. I know we just beat Atletico Madrid 4-0. That was in the Champions League. We just beat Slavia Prague 3-0, which I still yet to do the review of that match. So stand by for the review of both that match and the game against Brighton about a couple of weeks ago. In the international break, I would try and do them, or even before that, I'll try and do them to sort of like to catch up with the content on this channel. So look out for those 2 reviews of the Brighton game and the Carabao Cup, and of course, you know, the Slavia Prague game we played in midweek. And so we're going to knock this one out first because the game is imminent. So it's only about 4 hours away. So yeah, we need to really carry on the winning run. You know, our rivals want to see us falter. They always talk about Arsenal and Arsenal need to. So the pressure's on because City are playing well again, and Ireland can't stop bagging. Liverpool look like they might be turning the corner, And so we have to keep winning, and they play each other tomorrow. So if we was to win this game against Sunderland this evening in the late kickoff, then Manchester City and Liverpool draw tomorrow at the Etihad. It's advantage Arsenal. We're going to be maybe 10. How many points do we are ahead of now? We're about, I think, 7 points ahead of City. I haven't looked at the table, but we'll talk about it more in some more detail during the international break when I'm going to come on here. We're going to talk about the next few fixtures for Arsenal. And then we're going to look on what we've got in the Champions League and how we're going to qualify. We're going to have some time because it's international football, so we'll have a bit of a break from Arsenal club football. So we'll have more time to do that content. So look out for that. If you want to see that and get more about that, more information about that, and get to watch that, subscribe to the channel. You get a lot of information, and of course like the videos so that our videos go to the far reaches of the world, as it were. So I'm going to go for 3-1 Arsenal. I think we're going to score some goals, but I think we're going to concede a goal today. If we don't concede a goal today, that will be 9 games in a row that we've not let a goal in, and that's a record. I think it's a new club record for Arsenal, and I'm not sure if it's a national record, but the way they were talking that it's a new record. So I don't know. I'll have to find out if it's a record for Arsenal as a club or a record for the whole of the teams who's ever played in the top flight since the start of the football. Since the start of the FA Football Association, which started about 150 years ago. So when I get that full information, I'll come on here. But I think it's a club record as well as a national record. They said, because I remember hearing somebody say on the radio, nobody's done that before. So it could be that it's not only a club record for Arsenal, but a national record for all the clubs. So that means that we could create history against Sunderland later on this evening in the game, in the late kickoff. So let's see what we do. But I'm going for 3-1. I think they'll spoil that. But I don't care. We've got so many records as it is. But what we need to do, forget about keep breaking records. Try and win as many games as we can so that we can win the league. And I'm going to go for 3-1 Arsenal. Yes, we're going to concede sometime. So let's get used to it. We're not going to keep clean sheets every single game. But yes, we're trying to go off the Chelsea's record. And 15 goals conceded in a season. That's going to be difficult. I personally don't think we're going to do it. I think we're going to concede low, but not 15. 15 is too meager. I think more like 18, 19, 20, but 15 is a bit too sharp. But anyway, 3-1 Arsenal. I can't tell you who's going to score the goals. I think Saka might score one, but I can't tell you who's going to score the rest of the goals. And I want to see somebody score a hat-trick for Arsenal. I don't know who's going to... Gyökeres is not going to be playing because he's injured. We'll talk about that some more down the line. I'm hoping to see somebody score a hat-trick for Arsenal. And I don't know if Saka will score a hat-trick. I don't know if Trossard will score a hat-trick. I don't know if even Mourinho, who's playing as a false 9 in the absence of Gyökeres, will score a hat-trick. But I want to see somebody score a hat-trick. So I'm going to go 3-1 Arsenal. I don't know who'll score for them, but we win 3-1. We need to keep the game. We need to have that control in midfield. With, of course, Zubimendi playing as a 6. And, of course, Deckers playing as an advanced 8. And I think Eze will play in there as well. Eze will play as a 10, wouldn't he? He plays further forward, and you got Deckers just behind as an 8. But I think he takes it in turns to shift in between an 8 and a 6 with Zubimendi. Because Zubimendi can also play as an 8 as well. So they can kind of swap over. And so sometimes when Deckers goes forward, Zubi sits, and then when Deckers sits, Zubi goes forward. But whatever happens, that's the midfield I'll go for. You see here, we've got a few injuries, so I'm hoping that we could pull out a good team, as strong a team as possible. I know that Gyökeres ain't playing, and a couple of others won't be playing. So we'll see, and then we'll you'll see the lineups here. I'm going to go with this lineup, but it could easily change before kickoff and so on. And maybe Arteta comes with a different team. But we need to win this game. We can't take Sunderland lightly, as I keep saying. And let's hope we get the 3 points, pick up no silly suspensions, no silly bookings, and please, God, for the love of God, please, no more injuries. But I'm hearing that a lot of players are coming back. Gabriel Jesus is on his way, and also Kai Havertz is on his way. So let's see. And we've still got Captain Odegaard out as well. But I'm going to keep mum at the mum because Arsenal injuries go hand in hand. So I'm going to keep my mouth shut for the time being and see who you come out with, who's on the bench and who's in the starting lineup. But I'll give you my version of the starting lineup here. and I don't know if that's going to be it, but it will be confirmed. And we always come back and we always let you know what the teams were. And very soon we're going to be coming with a new feature. We're going to be giving you the ratings of players. We're going to do player ratings. So I might be doing that one after the international break. Player ratings. We're also going to try and do some roundup of the fixtures of the scores and so on, and go through some of the other games. I might even also bring in a preview of the games as well. But this is an Arsenal channel, so we're going to try and keep it mostly Arsenal. But from time to time, we'll switch over and give you news of what's going on with some of the other teams, especially our rivals. Because I know a lot of you said to me you want to know more about what's going on with some of the other clubs as well. So we try and do it, but we have to balance it because we want it to be predominantly Arsenal, but occasionally we're throwing information and news about other clubs, especially our rivals, like the other big six clubs or the other big five clubs in this respect, like Tottenham, Manchester United, Liverpool, Chelsea, Manchester City. You guys, you take care of yourselves. I hope you enjoy the match. I hope you enjoy an Arsenal win. I can't think of anything else to say. We'll review the match. I might do a fan cam after the match, and then maybe Monday or Tuesday we go into the match properly and do a proper review. And don't forget, very soon we're going to be doing some live streams. We're setting up the studio. Everything is coming into place. We need some more mics. And so, but we're getting there. It's little by little. The fingernails or the thumbnails are coming. But the channel, we know there's work to be done both visually and audioly, but it's coming, and we need better cameras, and we know that. But we're going to get there, and I guarantee you, within a year's time from now, you'll see the difference. But thank you so much, and we'll talk soon, yeah? You enjoy yourself. Come on, you Arsenal! Come on, you Gunners! Yeah!